Welcome back to another video. I don't really do videos like this too often, so let's get into it. I'm gonna be reacting to adults visiting New York City as a New Yorker myself. So let's get into it.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolter's World, and I just got out of the Met here in New York City. It's actually right there. We're sitting here in Central Park, just relaxing after a few hours of enjoying some amazing artwork in there from all over the world and all throughout history. It's an awesome thing to do when you're here, a must-do when you are here in New York. But the thing is, you also want to know what you don't do when you're here, and that's what today's video is about. 10 or 11 things that you shouldn't do when you are here in New York. First thing you should know is what you're not going to do is you don't stop in the middle of the sidewalk, or don't block the sidewalk or the middle of the sidewalk, because
Oh my God. People, tourists especially, do this so much. It pisses everybody off. I don't want to sound so demeaning or so crushing, but please, people have, places to be, things to do. Lots of people are there for work. So if you are a tourist, please just step to the side. Don't block up. It's going to create a lot of traffic and disrupt everything. So, if you want to take some pictures, cool, that's fine. That's what you should do. There's lots of things to see in the city. But just do remember to step to the side. Don't block up things if you want to take a few pictures or look at some things.
people are going. It's tourists and locals and people going to work and workers and all kinds of stuff. It's like super fast highway on the sidewalk. What you need to do if you want to stop and take a picture, which everyone wants to do, whether you're using your phone or your camera or whatever, make sure you stand on the side. The left.
Ooh, actually, a bit of a side note here. Check out MoMA. He might mention it later on, as maybe he's going to talk about places to see, or what not places to see. But do check out the MoMA Museum of Modern Art in the city. It's a very good place. There's some pretty famous works there, such as Starry Night and Van Gogh. Do check it out, though. It's definitely worth it.
Side or the right side, otherwise you might get run over. And that's where the New Yorkers kind of get the rap for being kind of mean or whatever, because they're like, oh, why'd they yell at me? I'm like, I don't know, because you stopped in the middle of the sidewalk while I was walking and I ran in.
Yeah, I mean, don't be too surprised if you do get yelled at or shouted at, or talked to in a raised voice because you are disrupting the traffic, and you don't really do that. So just be wary.
You. So that's the first don't stop on the sidewalk. Okay. Second don't I have for you is, a lot of people say, don't go to Times Square. I mean, a lot of the vlogs and blogs that I've found about going to New York, they're always like, oh, don't go to Times Square, it's a total tourist trap, it's just for tourists. Well, you know what, you're a tourist, and Times Square really is a tourist must see when you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a tourist, and you're not gonna go to the city for, let's say, maybe next 10 years, do check out Times Square. It's definitely worth a visit, if you have not seen it already. And yeah, I mean, just because it's a very touristy place doesn't mean it's a bad touristy place. Like I myself, I live in New York, so I might not want to go to Times Square every single day, but if you are visiting, do check it out. It's pretty nice.
Are here, and that's the thing, is there's a lot of touristy things to do here that tourists will enjoy. Will the locals enjoy it? No, probably not, because they live here. But don't not check out a Times Square to see all the people watching, because seriously, the people watching at Times Square, it is next level craziness, but still a really cool thing. And of course it has the lights and the stores and the shops and the restaurants, but mostly they're chain restaurants and chain stores you probably have in your hometown, so not that big of a difference thing, but it is a cool thing to go see, with all the lights and the ticker and things like that, and the ball up there and all those things. So definitely don't pass on going to the Times Square just because everyone says, oh, it's just Times Square, don't go, it's a tourist trap. But what I'm going to link onto that for number 3 is this: don't ask your friends that live here to go to the tourist things with.
Oh my God, I'm gonna say it again. Yeah, we know. If you're visiting your friends or family in the city, or on Long Island maybe, or just somewhere in New York in general, and you guys are going to the city, don't ask us to do things with you because it's not worth it. We've seen it many, many times already, so we don't really want to go to. He's probably going to say this, but just want to say it before he does. Don't do it. It's kind of annoying. But maybe we'll go for a few things with you, but we're not going to go to, you know, see everything. We're not going to go to Statue of Liberty with you. We're not going to go to see the Met with you, maybe, because we've seen it a bunch of times. So maybe just skip that because, you know, we've seen it already. So, and also it's a time for you, Maybe we can give you suggestions for it, but we may not go there with you.
You look, they live in New York. They have to pay the rent here. They've got to go to work here. They got to do all the stuff here. They've seen all the sites once, twice, three, 20 times, okay? And if you're coming to visit them and you're going to be staying with them, if you're going to stay with them, bring expensive liquor because the hotels are really expensive here. So you need to kind of balance that out. But don't ask them to go with you on these sites, okay? You can say, hey, would you like to go? But be like, look, I understand if you don't want to. What you should do is say, hey, you know what? I tell you what, let's meet for dinner. Let's meet.
Yeah, yeah. There are some pretty good places in the city, some good gelato shops, lots of good pizza places, so we can definitely give you some suggestions and like you did say, meet up somewhere, go somewhere for dinner. But tourist stuff, Statue of Liberty, some museums, we're not gonna want to do that. So just because we've seen it already, like I said. So just do that stuff, but some stuff like dinner and restaurants and suggestions we can do with you. So just keep that in mind when you do
For
visit.
drinks because they'll probably know the good places to eat and also where's happy hour and stuff like that, so you can get those kind of things. But don't ask them to just see the sights with you. That's just kind of a not cool thing, so just give you a heads up on that
Yeah.
one. Number 4 don't I have for you when you come here to New York is don't forget to pee before you leave your hotel because oh my god, the public bathrooms in this city are disgusting. Okay, if you can find one.
Ah, um, as a New Yorker, maybe we get used to it, but if you do like to clean bathrooms, yeah, definitely pee or use the bathroom, do whatever you need to do before you leave, because some of them, not saying all of them, but some of them can get a bit nasty. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Some people do mind, some people don't mind. But
They're gross. If you find one later at night, they're really gross, okay? So your best bet is make sure you've evacuated everything before you go. This is very important if you're going to be with kids because I know they say, well, I already went pee. No, make them go pee again. If they pee before you go down for breakfast, have them pee when you go back up to the hotel room before you go. Because again, man, the public toilets, lack of public toilets, and then like kind of the gross factor of public toilets when you are here. There are some good ones out there. There's actually apps that help you find where the clean toilets are around town. So I will tell you that. But yeah, don't forget to go pee before you leave the hotel, okay? Now the 5th don't I have for you is don't go and take a ferry tour when you're here. You don't really have to do it because you can take the Staten Island.
um, ferry tour, Staten Island, I suppose. Yeah, it is fine. I mean, I don't know. Depends what you want to see. Statue of Liberty, you could go see that. It's really up to you, to be honest. I don't know. The exclusivities of maybe the ferry tour, but I think they're honestly about the same. I don't know. Maybe things have changed over the years. I don't really go to this too often,
Island
but
Ferry
I've seen it before. Like I said, so.
for free and see a lot of the sites. Or if you're going to be going to, Ellis Island or go see the Statue of Liberty, you're going to be on a ferry anyway that'll kind of take you around and you'll see some of the sites and stuff like that already. So you don't really need to take the other Circle Line or whatever ferry. You can, it's totally fine because they have the whole spiel and they tell you all the stuff there. But if you're just going for the views, then I would just take the Staten Island ferry for free, going across the Staten Island and then coming back because you see a lot of the cool stuff that way. So there's another dump for you. The 6th don't I have for you is don't think that New Yorkers are jerks. Look, New Yorkers are really cool. They're actually my favorite part of the city because they are really fun. They know where all.
I'm gonna wait till the end of this one to see what they say. But yeah, don't assume. Don't assume. We are pretty nice people if you ask us in the right way.
Things are to do, the best deals, the best happy hours, the coolest times, when you get discounts, where the neighborhoods are now, stuff like that. And they're really cool people. But the thing is, most people think they're jerks. Okay, they're like, oh, well, on TV they make them like this. Dude, TV always exaggerates things. Because I'll be honest, the people here are helpful. If you're lost, you're not sure where to go, ask a local. They'll tell you where to go. They'll show you on the map. We've had people literally say, oh, it's right over this way. Well, I'm heading that way anyway. Just walk this way and I'll point you in the right direction. Now, are they super friendly? Maybe not, but they are helpful. So don't think they're going to be mean to you and stuff like that, because they actually are pretty cool when you're here, and that's one of the cool things here. So
Yeah, like you did say, we love to keep to ourselves here in New York, actually. That is one factor about us. We are not going to say hi to every single person we meet on the side of the street. Um, Although we are very happy to help you, if you are looking for a place to eat, somewhere to go, best times to eat, everything that he said. Um, so, just ask around, but don't, you know, I will say don't, do too much chit chat because in New York, that's not really a thing. We love to keep to ourselves. We love it. Because we don't like, it's not in our nature to, I would say, interact with random strangers too much because it's a keep to yourselves kind of place. So I would just say be aware of that.
Don't give New Yorkers a bad rap, all right? Number 7 on our list is dealing with taxis. And I would say don't like kind of ask your taxi driver if it's okay if he can take you somewhere.
Well, I would say don't take taxis in general. It's pretty bad. I would say just take the subway if you know what you're doing. Just ask somebody. Again, ask us. We'll be happy to help tell you where to go. But I would say just take the subway if you want to get around quickly.
Before you get in. Look, just get in a taxi and then tell them where you want to go because they can't refuse you once you're in the cab. So that does help you out.
Oh, that's a smart little trick, though.
Number 8 will have to do with Uber, and I would say is don't use Uber during rush hour.
Kind of the same thing. To be honest, like I'm gonna talk about. Just skip this one.
An express when you want the local. Okay, the
Oh,
local train is the one that the local subway that goes stops at every single.
yeah. They can be kind of similar, so just be careful. Like I think he's about to say. Don't, yeah, do be very careful because some express trains are gonna stop at all the big stations, such as Grand Central or Penn Station, but they're not gonna stop at the smaller ones. Same thing with the LIRR, Long Island Railroad. Um, some cars will only open because a lot of stations are smaller. So on the intercom, if you're heading back to Long Island, maybe say you have family there and you're just going into the city, when you're heading back, listen for the intercom because if you're stopping at a smaller station, be careful because some maybe only 3 out of 6 cars will actually open. So I just do want to touch on that because that is quite important.
Stop. The express will stop. Will like skip like 3 or 5 or 6 or whatever stops. So you'll end up way far out of where you want to go. So make sure you do pay attention with that. Okay. The 10th don't I have for you is don't think that New York is just Manhattan. Look.
Yeah, there's places other than Manhattan. If you're spending a long time here, check everything out. It's definitely worth it.
There's 5 boroughs for you to explore here, and right now going to Brooklyn and eating is like the new cool hip thing to do. So don't just get stuck here in Manhattan because I know there's great sites like the Met and the Museum of Modern Art and the Natural History Museum and all this stuff in Wall Street and all these things to check out. The other boroughs do have a lot of cool stuff to check out, so make sure you get out of there. Don't just stay here. Go explore the other boroughs. Okay, so number 11 on our list is
Yeah,
don't get.
for sure. Everything else, pretty nice. It's not just Manhattan. A lot of museums and mainstream stuff is in Manhattan, but don't forget to check out Queens, Brooklyn. Those are also some really nice places, as well.
Freaked out about hotel prices or don't get freaked out about your hotel engenders. Now, I'm not talking.
Bad street vendors, yeah. If you are quite susceptible to stomach aches, um, which even though I do live in New York, I sometimes do. I would say personally, don't just skip the street vendors, skip the food trucks as well, because I have myself gotten sick from one of them before. So yeah, they don't really do things very clean. Some of them do, some of them don't. So I would just say go into a restaurant, pay a bit more, and get, just because some of them, that not to throw shade, but some of them really don't care about hygiene. Some of the people on those street vendors and food trucks. So I would just be careful. If it doesn't look clean, don't eat there. I would just say go to a restaurant. Yeah.
About the food trucks. Those are cool. I'm talking about the street vendors that you'll notice that all have the exact same pictures of the exact same food on all their things. Look, if you want some tummy trouble, you go right ahead and eat from them. Otherwise, I suggest you go to one of the food trucks, or if you're looking for a quick bite, grab a slice of New York style pizza. It's one of the things you have to do when you're here. But yeah,
New York's pizza capital of the world. I don't want to hear anybody else contest it when any other place.
don't really go to those
Maybe besides Italy, but I think in America, New York's the best place. New York style pizza is fantastic.
food stands. It's just my tummy's hurting. That's why I had to leave after 3 hours. I'm like, I need it fresh air because I don't feel so good. So do be careful with that.